In the previous lecture, we started the new topic, and which was the states of matter, different states of the matter, or the different phases. And one of the state was the gas. And today we will discuss some of the properties of the gas, and one of them is the gas pressure. And first we will finish the gas chapter, and then we will move to the liquid and then the solid. So first, starting with very basic definitions or the processes about the gases and the gas pressure. So first have a look what is the gas and actually how it is behaving. It is the large collection of the particles moving at random throughout this volume, and that is primarily the empty spaces. So these are the independent particles moving within the volume, and much of the spaces of the empty spaces. And this phenomena, actually this type of the movement of the molecules particularly, is the gas molecules. And what is the gas pressure? So because these molecules are moving randomly throughout the volume, so of course they have the ability to collide with with each other. And when the collisions of these randomly moving particles will collide to each other, and with the walls of the containers in which they are occupied, of course they will exert a force per area, and that is called the gas pressure. So simply it is the collisions between the molecules, and particularly the collisions of the molecules at the wall of the container. And actually what would be the area of that container, and this is called the force exert per area, that is called the gas pressure. So this is the two diagram is representing the gas or with the gas pressure. So moving towards actually how can we actually calculate the gas pressure, and the different terms to be used to express the gas pressure. So this is our today objective, to discuss the different units to be used for the gas pressure. So the first is the what we have discussed before. It is the pressure is the force per unit area. That means the force of the particle of the gas which they exert on the wall of the container per unit area of the container. This ratio is called the gas pressure. So you know that what is the force? Force is the mass into acceleration. So you can write in place of the force, and forces will be equal to mass into acceleration per unit area. This definition is important because we will use this formula to calculate the different units of the gas pressure today. So this is the whatever it is the defined over here. I have already described, and it is written over here. The definition of the pressure is the force exerted per unit area. This is given over here. It is called the pressure, and it is defined as the mass time acceleration, because the force is the mass time acceleration, and acceleration which is on the due to the gravity which is on earth, and usually acceleration is due to the gravity, and this is the constant value of the acceleration, 9.81 meter per second square. So you just remember this formula. Everything you will do, you can define if you know what is this. So you can write in your own words whatever it is the definition. It is a force per unit area, and the force is the mass into acceleration per unit area. And now we are going to use this to calculate the pressure. So one important that here in physical chemistry, the units are very, very important. So let's start with again with this formula. It is the force per unit area, and the force is the Newton. Generally we represent in the SI unit. The force is having the unit of Newton, and 1 Newton is having the unit of this. 1 Newton is the 1 kilogram meter per second square. So this is the what is the Newton is it. So because our concern is to calculate the pressure, so here I am going to define what would be the unit of the pressure. So 1 unit is the Newton per meter square, because the area of you can represent with the meter or with the centimeter. In SI unit we use the meter, so that's why this is the meter square. So one, the pressure would be Newton per meter square, but here the Newton is the 1 kilogram meter per second square. So when you put the kilogram meter per second square divided by the meter square, so 1 meter is cancelled out, so there is only 1 meter in the denominator. So pressure is actually kilogram uh, per meter per second square. So this is the unit of the pressure, which we have derived from the unit of the Newton and the area, that is the meter square. So there are the three units I have discussed over here. One is the pressure, and this is called the Pascal. I will be teaching you how to calculate the Pascal later on. So one unit is the Pascal, and other unit is the Newton per meter square, because by looking at this is the Newton per meter square. And the third unit is, if you, because the meter square is the same unit within a unit, so these are going to cancel out. The third unit will be the kilogram per meter per second square. So these three units are for the pressure. So look at how can we now calculate the Pascal. Again, it is easy. Don't be take it too complicated. Only just you have to remember this formula. And this is a very simple formula we have written over here. So now we are going to calculate what is the 1 Pascal. So Pascal, again, pressure is the mass into acceleration divided by area. So we are just putting the value over here. So Pascal is actually a very small amount that is exerted by a mass of 10.2 milligram, resting on an area of 1 centimeter square. So if you have the mass of 10.2 milligram on an area of 1.0 centimeter square, this pressure is called the 1 Pascal over here. So now we are going to calculate actually by using the same formula, and it is very easy. The mass is 10.2 milligram, and again I am finishing this one because you are using the SI unit, so you have to convert this milligram into the kilogram. Look at this, the Newton is having the unit of the kilogram, so we are moving towards the conversion of this milligram to the kilogram. So this is the one conversion. 1 kilogram will be equal to exponent 6 milligram, or you can use the two conversion. Let's suppose if one conversion is 1 gram equal to 1000 milligram, and 1 kilogram will be equal to 1000 gram. So that means 1000 multiplied by 1000, 1 kilogram will be equal to exponent 6 milligram. So this is the, actually we call it the unit cancellation method. This is the factor or the conversion factor you are going to use to convert the milligram into the kilogram. So one question may be, why I have written 1 kilogram on the numerator or exponent 6 milligram into the denominator. This is because I have to cancel out the milligram to take the value of the kilogram. So that means now this is in with the multiplication sign. Here it is in the denominator in the division. So this is going to be cancelled out. What is left? Kilogram is left. So when you solve it, that means you can convert 10.2 milligram by using this factor to the kilogram. So this is just the conversion of the milligram to the kilogram, and you may use any other conversion if you take it easy. For me, it is easy to remember the unit cancellation method, because you will not make any mistake. Because if you reverse this conversion unit over here, this is not going to be cancelled out. That means you are doing wrong with the conversion. Now the acceleration, it is the 9.81 meter per second square. So you have done with this conversion. Now, what is the area? Area is 1 centimeter square. So 1 centimeter square. Again, you have to put the conversion factor over here. You may take 2 times or 1 time. And let's suppose 1 meter will be equal to 100 centimeter. So this is the centimeter square. So you have to take the square on the both sides. So when you take the square of the 100, it will be exponent 4. That means 100 multiplied by 100, which is equal to exponent 4. So 1 meter square will be equal to exponent 4 centimeter square. This centimeter square is going to be cancelled out in the same way I have explained before. So what is left? Meter square is left. So now when you solve this one, this would be 1 exponent minus 4, and again this would also be 1 exponent minus 4. What is left? Kilogram meter per second square, kilogram meter per second square. This is the meter square. So actually this is the Newton. The Newton is coming out mass into acceleration as we have defined before. So 1 meter is cancelled out. What is left? Kilogram per meter per second square as given over here. And this is called the 1 Pascal. So this is actually the Pascal is coming out from using this terminology or the definition. Now you can easily calculate and you can understand what is the 1 Pascal or what Pascal is called. That is equal to all these values. The second now I'm going to use by use another way to calculate the Pascal by using the atmospheric pressure. Let's see what is happening over here. This is the Earth, and if you have a column of air 1 meter cube, 1 meter square, that is in cross-sectional area extending from this Earth's surface through the upward atmosphere, and when it is having 1 meter square upward, having this cross-section area, the mass of air that is going to exert is the 10,300 kilogram, and this is going to produce the atmospheric pressure of the 101 thousand Pascal, or you can say 101 kilopascal. 1 kilo is the 1000 Pascal. So again, to make it more easier, I am going to derive this kilopascal unit by using the same formula. Pressure is equal to mass into acceleration divided by the area. So this is the mass in kilogram, 10,300 kilogram, multiply the acceleration, that is the same due to the gravity, 9.81 mass divided by the meter per second square. And this is the area is from the earth is the 1.00 meter square, and when you solve this one you will get the value of 101,000 Pascal, and again the unit will be kilogram per meter per second square, that is having the same unit. And this is called the you may also divide with the 1000 to convert into the kilopascal. So this is another way to calculate or to represent the Pascal. So I have explained you the 2 unit. Let's start with the third one, and then we will do some exercise which will help you to understand these different units. Other unit is the atmospheric pressure, which is represented also in other unit mm of Hg, mm of mercury. So what is this? Let's suppose you have this dish that is filled with the mercury, and there is the atmospheric pressure which is exerting pressure on this mercury, and this is the glass tube. And if it the atmosphere pressure, when I exert a pressure on this mercury, this is going to be move upward, and it will travel the distance that is the 760 mm. So this 760 mm of Hg, because this is the mercury, 760 mm of mercury or 760 mm of the Hg. That means This distance of the mercury is traveled by this figure by applying the 1 atmospheric pressure. So again, this is the actually know how I'm going to calculate the of mercury with the atmospheric pressure. The density of the mercury is, this is the standard value, 1.35951 exponent 4 kilogram per meter cube, and acceleration due to the gravity, that is the same, 9.8 meter per second square. So now it, it, it is possible to calculate the pressure by the column, that is the 760 or you can say 0.760 meter, because what you have to divide by 1000 to convert into the meter. Again, I'm using the formula, very simple formula. If you are unable to understand by using this definition, that means pressure will be equal to the height, density, and the gravity. That is the, this is the height and the density of the mercury, which is given over here, and this is the gravity. The gravity is 9.81 meter per second square. So you put the value in this formula. When you put the value, again, you have to use the SI unit. This is the 760 of mercury, because this is the fundamental phenomena. When it is 1 atmosphere pressure, this is going to raise the height of the mercury in the column. It is the 760 So to convert in the meter, you have to divide with the 1000. It will be 0.760 meter. And again, the density is the 1.3 as given over here, kilogram per meter cube. And the gravity is the 9.8 meter per second square. This is the density of the mercury. This is due to the gravity. And these are the constant figure. Again, when you solve it, you will get the same value, 101,325 Pascal, or you can say 101 kilopascal. Now we have come to the conclusion that 1 atmosphere pressure is equal to 760 of mercury. That means if you have applied 1 atmospheric pressure, and this is also equal to 760 of mercury, this is another unit, and which is also equal to the 101,325 Pascal or 101 kilopascal. So remember this conversion, actually this is not only the conversion from one unit to another unit, but I have proved you how to get all these value, this value or this value, by using the different terms. Now we are moving towards the exercise. Actually, remember this one. This is the important conversion, and you can use the in a similar way. I have done the unit cancellation method over here to convert one form of the atmospheric pressure or the pressure unit to another unit of the pressure. So let's suppose this is the one of the typical atmospheric pressure on the top of the Mount Everest is, which is having this height, is 265 of H. So at this height, the atmospheric pressure is 265. So of H. So convert this value to pascals and the atmospheres. So this value is given, and you have to convert this unit to the pascal and the atmosphere. So just do yourself. I will be coming back further to give you the answer of these questions. Let's see what is the answer of the first. You have to use this conversion factor, and this conversion factor is again written over here. Again, this is the ratio 1 atmosphere to 760 ME, or this is the Pascal to the of Hg. This is the atmosphere to the of Hg. So this you can use any ratio. This ratio is also, this ratio is also, and this is also ratio. So there may be the three. One is this, one is this, third one is this. Okay, so you can use any of the ratio depending on what is your requirement. So the first answer is this, because you have the 360 of mercury. So I am using this ratio because 360 mm of mercury equal to 101,325 Pascal. So you can use according to your requirement, because I need to cancel out mm of mercury and keeping the Pascal. That's why it is written in denominator. This is going to be cancelled out. What is left? The Pascal is left. When you solve this one, you will get the answer 3.53 exponent 4 Pascal, or even you can convert into the kilopascal. It is up to you, but this would be the right answer. So now just calculate the second one. I have only the few minutes to end this meeting. Answer is this is the answer. Again, this is a 665 mm of mercury. You have to multiply with the conversion factor. No, conversion factor is this because you want atmosphere. Your value is in mm of Hg. So again, you have to cancel out this mm of mercury, and when you solve this one, your answer will be 0.349 atmosphere. So this is all about our today lecture.